Hola, my name is Lorraine Eden. I'm a professor at Texas A&M University. In November 2019, the Mexican business tax magazine IDC, which is available at IDCOnline.mx, is going to publish a special issue on transfer pricing. I'm delighted to be one of the authors who've written articles for the special issue, and I hope you'll read the pieces and share your comments. My article is called "The Arm's Length Standard is Not the Problem." The Arm's Length Standard is the guide that's used by tax authorities and taxpayers all over the world to set prices and profits for transactions between affiliates of a multinational enterprise. The Arm's Length Standard is going to be 85 years old next year. 85! That should be a time for celebration, right? However, never has the situation for the Arm's Length Standard looked as gloomy as it looks right now. There have always been criticisms, mostly by economists who favor scrapping it and replacing it with global formulary apportionment. I have never supported that view. Moreover, the OECD, the United Nations, all national tax authorities, and multinational enterprises were firmly behind the Arm's Length Standard as the best and most principled way to tax and price related party transactions. In my article, I talk about these criticisms of the Arm's Length Standard and argue that they really fall into two broad categories. Criticism number one is that multinationals have been deliberately engaging in abusive transfer pricing that is extensive, unfair, and that has drained development. I believe this is a case of shooting the messenger. I believe that many of the criticisms of the Arm's Length Standard in terms of abusive transfer pricing were misdirected. The criticism should more appropriately have been aimed at weak international tax rules that needed to be fixed. The OECD's BEPS project has gone a long way to correcting many of these problems. As the BEPS action items have been adopted at the country level and they've been diffused across countries through the new multilateral instrument, many of those most egregious incentives for income shifting are already disappearing. Criticism number two is that the transfer pricing rules are simply too difficult to implement for various reasons. There have been two reasons given historically. First, the lack of arm's length comparables, for example, for hard-to-value intangibles. And second, that multinationals have synergies that are not available to unrelated parties. In an earlier paper, I addressed both of those concerns. Now, however, a new reason is being given for saying the Arm's Length Standard is too difficult to implement, and that reason is the digital economy. Addressing BEPS Action Item 1, the digital economy, has led to the OECD deciding to abandon the Arm's Length Standard in favor of some combination of an exotic and untested Pillar 1 and Pillar 2 proposals, which have to be, so we are told, rushed into place by next year. My response is to ask, quo vadis, where is this going? Qui bono? Who's going to benefit from this? And what's the rush? I believe the Arm's Length Standard does remain the best and the most appropriate international norm. The transfer pricing rules are not too difficult to implement. Yes, new thinking, particularly for new digital business models, platform, Internet of Things, hardware as a service, is needed. We do need to fine-tune the Arm's Length Standard, not replace it. That's the most appropriate solution. My conclusion in my paper is the Arm's Length Standard is not the problem. Don't shoot the messenger.